And the part that really freaking pisses me off is the fact that nobody in their right mind has the audacity to try to pull this bull crap off the way that they're pulling it off. I am so sick and tired. Becca, I'm telling you, I'm so tired of these cornball ass motherfucking suit and tie wearing people over here thinking that they know what's best for America, or sitting here thinking that they can pull this crap and try to act like we are stupid. I'm tired of acting or being treated like we're stupid, first and foremost. I'm sick and tired of it. And if you guys are just tuning in, YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going off. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of everyone trying to be PC and you have to be politically correct. No, I'm done. I'm done. They're over here trying to make us look and feel stupid while they're playing politics and using our money and putting us last. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done playing Mr. Nice Guy. First and foremost, I'm a combat vet. I've served in the United States Army. I retired honorably after being medically retired because of injuries due to this stupid wars that these suit and ties have us out here doing. I'm done. I'm so sick of people with this whole left versus right, Republican, Democrat. Come on now. If you guys don't realize what's going on by now, I don't know how else to describe and help you. And I'm going to call them out tonight. I showed you earlier. I'm going to call them out by name. And if you guys get pissed off because I'm calling out your particular side, get with the program. There's two wings of the same bird. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, join the conversation in the chat. You guys got to pay attention. Because I'm so tired of these goofy cornball dudes up here, these suit and tie wearing people who think they know what's best and want to talk down to us like we're stupid, like we can't read. Like we can't read. I've watched politics on both sides, all sides. You want to act like we can't read? Like I can't, like I'm too naive or too dumb to realize what you guys are saying. I can read what you put in a bill. I'm not stupid. I can read what you put in a bill. You ain't got to come on TV or do a press conference and say, well, that's not what they mean. And then y'all want to go out there and argue with me on Facebook and stuff in the comments like I can't read the bill. Like I can't read the bill. You want to argue with me on behalf of these people that are still messing you over. You're not even mad at me. You're not mad at me. You're mad at the same people that are pushing this stuff. You're just mad that it's on your side. And you're mad that I'm calling it out. That's what it is. You're not mad at me. You're mad that your side is doing it and that I'm calling it out. That's what you're mad at. So get real. If your side is getting called out, instead of trying to defend your side, look into the details and make an actual informed decision for yourself. Because y'all goofy. Y'all be goofy out here acting like you know what's best. You want to act like everything has to be perfect and pristine. Look, if you want somebody prissy, if you want somebody to be all PC and have no real input, no actual independent thought, go find the sheriff of Thurston County. Okay? If you just want a playboy to sit there and take pictures and be all PC, go find the Thurston County Sheriff. I'm sure he will gladly sign up to take some pictures and be PC with you. All right. But if you want real truth, you want raw, real truth, pay attention. Because we got real veterans out here, real veterans that are about to be struggling because because these politicians in suit and ties want to think that they know what's best and it's too much to bear. And don't worry, I'm going to go into the specifics. And no, I'm not going to use any funky jargon. I'm going to break it down Barney style so you can pay attention. I'm going to talk about Tom Cotton. I'm going to talk about intelligence, foreign aid. We're going to break it down so you understand. And when people want to wonder why people are losing faith in our government, people wonder why we don't have any more trust. It's because of stuff like this. This is why. This right here is why. And I'm going to show you. So first things first, how many of you guys have even heard of the Richard Starr Act? I guarantee you haven't. I guarantee none of the media that you guys are using or watch are talking about the Richard Starr Act. I guarantee, because I talked to a lot of veterans specifically, they have no idea what I'm even talking about. That is a shame. That is a shame. So how many of you guys out there know what the Richard Starr Act is? It's okay. It's okay, because I'm going to break it down for you guys to understand. All right, so you guys don't think that I'm just making this stuff up. And I challenge you guys to do your research and look it up. All right, because this is where my blood starts boiling. Oh, my goodness, it starts boiling. All right, because politicians, Republicans specifically, are blocking a bill that will add benefits to our combat veterans, specifically the ones that have been medically retired. All right, I need you guys to hold on to that for a second. Think about what that means. All right, because they're going to try to use this bullcrap language to slip this through and make it seem like it's a non-issue. Nah, it is an issue. It's an issue, Rand Paul. Oh, yeah, I told you, I'm going to call him out by name. I'm calling them out by name. I hope it ain't too skippy, because I'm getting fired up. They're probably messing with my thing over here. It's probably what it is. But the Richard Starr Act is one of the easiest pieces of legislation to understand. It really is. It's so easy a fifth grader can read it. All right. And this is what I'm talking about. You got to understand. Current law. I'm going to break it down to you. Current law right now. If you have combat-related injuries and you get medically retired from service, you get to choose either, depending on if you got enough of a retirement rating from your service, whether that's Army, Air Force, Navy, whatever. If you got 30% or more, you can be considered retired. If you don't meet 30%, you're not going to be considered retired. You'd be considered medically discharged, first and foremost. Secondly, let me break it down even further. If you do meet the threshold for getting medically retired from the military, this is what this means. You get to pick. Do you want your 40% from the Army, or you can get your 100% from the VA? Of course, you take your 100% from the VA. However, you now don't get your Army retirement anymore. Well, this act would change that. So the veterans, it's 50 to 60,000 combat-related, medically retired veterans. That's it. That's it. That's like one city in America. That's like one city in America. And not even a big city. Okay? That's a town. That's a town. So we have 50 to 60,000 veterans across the United States. Across the United States, 50 to 60,000 medically retired veterans across the United States who would benefit from this. Okay? Benefit from this. The Richard Starr Act would fix this. That's the entire argument. It would fix this because we deserve better. But ladies and gentlemen, it should already be that way, right? It should already be law. Because the conservatives like to point out that they love the military. They like to point out that they stick with their veterans. We got their backs. No, they don't, because this right here is going to the... Actually, you know what? It hasn't even made it to the floor. This is the problem. This is the problem. If everybody supports it and everybody loves veterans, why is this not already law? A bill gets introduced... People sign on it as sponsors in support. The committee reviews it. Leadership decides if it gets to the floor. They can do their debates. They can have their votes, whether it's the House, the Senate, or the House, whichever one starts debating first. Then the president sign it. It's real simple. It is so simple. That is how bills work. I'm going to break it down again for you in case you didn't understand it. A bill gets introduced. People, these are your elected representatives and senators, ladies and gentlemen. Your elected representatives and senators Those are the people we're talking about here. They sign on the bill as a sponsor, either in support of the bill. Okay? Then they take that to a committee. The committee reviews the bill, reviews the people on the bill. And then the committee leadership decides, after hearing debate during committee, if it's going to go to the House floor, so that way all the Congress representation can vote on it. If it goes to the House floor, the House of Representatives will vote yes or no on this bill. Then it will go to the Senate floor, and then the Senate will vote yes or no on this bill. And if it goes to the yes side overwhelmingly, of course, you know, majority rules, then it gets to go to the president, and the president can sign it into law. Simple. It's literally simple. But Congress likes to play these stupid games, and it pisses me off because they're going to play political stupid games with our veterans, saying that they don't have enough money. They're saying that it would cost $78 billion over the course of 10 years. $78 billion. I just realized I didn't change the date on here. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It is not the 18th. I just realized that. I just realized while we're live, it's the 20th. Oh, my goodness. It's always something. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known.
It's fine.
That's Becca, by the way. If you guys heard her there. It's always something, though. Let me fix it real quick, just because it's going to bug me now that I know about it. So I got to fix it. It's one of those things. Okay. Where was I? Back to where I was. Back to where I was. It pisses me off because our Congress, the United States Congress, which is, again, the House of Representatives and the Senators, all right? Our Congress. Damn it, now everything's all jacked up. My mind's all messed up. Hold on. Okay. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay, we're good. I'm sick and tired of these congressmen. I'm sick and tired of these senators. I'm sick and tired of these representatives playing games with us. And this is the games I'm talking about, okay? Instead of bringing up the bills that goes up directly for votes, they're going to use little procedural games and shortcuts. And one of those shortcuts is called unanimous consent. That means that that means nobody objects. All right? If one senator objects, just one, the whole process stops. One senator can slow everything down. Okay? One senator can force a delay. One senator can prevent the quick passage of the bill getting through. And that's exactly what happened. Because there are 3 senators, and I'm going to call them out by name. 3 senators specifically. These guys have blocked aid associated with our veterans. That's what's going on. They're blocking aid going to our veterans. These 3 senators, Senator Rand Paul, Senator Ron Johnson, and Senator Roger Wicker. I challenge you guys to look them up. Because at the end of the day, those are the individuals who stopped this bill from getting the votes it needs in order for our veterans to get the care. Now, again, they say, this is their words, not Tripp's words, this is their words. They say we support our veterans, but then they have the audacity to say we don't support increasing the deficit. So, of course, the veterans get left behind because they don't want to increase the deficit. Their argument, again, they say, Senator Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, and Roger Wicker say that it's going to cost $78 billion over 10 years that they could be given to our veterans. But they have the audacity to help the president and go up with this fucking Gaza plan and Iran and talking about $300 billion to go fix that. They got money for that. They got money for that. Doge didn't cut any of the funding going to all that bullcrap that they called out. It's still going on. So they got money for all of that. But $78 billion over the course of 10 years is too much for our veterans in America, according to Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, and Roger Wicker. That's the truth. Whether you like it or not, that is the truth. So you guys need to look into the Richard Starr Act, look into who's blocking the bill, because I'm going to show you specifically what is being said. Okay? $78 billion over 10 years. That's simple math. That is real simple math, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand this. They got money for this Gaza plan and everything else. Medicare for illegals. They got money for that. But they don't have a single extra cent to add, that will add to the deficit to help our veterans? It's insulting. It's sick. Y'all wonder why I get fired up. You wonder why I get fired up. It's sick. Somebody gets medically retired, myself, gets medically retired, and I got to come back and realize, hey, there's an actual bill that could help you. I know you're struggling. It could help you, but these three senators think that it'll add too much to the deficit, so you don't matter. That's what they think. The procedural. That's what I was saying. That's what I said earlier. So in case you guys missed it, it hasn't even gotten to the floor to get the vote because they're using this procedural shortcut. And the shortcut that they're using is called unanimous consent. All right. I said that earlier in case you guys missed it. All right. The shortcut that they're using, instead of letting it get to the floor for the votes, like the process, like I told you, they're using a little shortcut that they have. It's a little procedure. It's called unanimous consent. That means nobody objects to the bill. Okay? But if one senator objects, the process stops. Dead. Done. That's a process that they use. So they're using that process for our veterans. They're using that process for our veterans, ladies and gentlemen. You know how insulting that is? Ron Paul. God, you guys make me sick. Ron Johnson, Roger Wicker. Of course, all their names start with R. Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, and Roger Wicker. You bastards. Yeah, I said what I said. What, they're messing with my microphone. Wow, I must have said something. My microphone's all messed up. What the heck? Can you hear me now? That was weird. Wow. They ain't even listening. I don't even know why. So don't start losing your minds out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you guys the truth. Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, and Roger Wicker are the three individuals that are stopping assistance for your veterans. But hey, you guys want to tell me that all the Republicans are good and all Democrats are bad. I'm sick of you guys too. I'm sick of you guys with your narrow-mindedness. Because if that was the truth, then how come these Republicans right here are not helping our veterans when they could? Why is that the case? Why is that the case? They can say we support our veterans, but they don't support increasing the deficit. Have you lost your mind? $78 billion over 10 years. That's too much. That's too much. But at the same time, they're ready to go ahead and implement $300 billion towards fixing Iran, Lebanon, helping Israel. Y'all make me sick. Ron, Rand, Roger. I haven't even looked into them in detail. I bet none of them served in the military either. I bet none of them dumbass motherfuckers served in the military. Yeah, I call it how I see it. Wish I never met you. I wouldn't want to be a stupid motherfucker. Dumbass. All three of them, dumbassery. Dumbassery. It should be. It should be. It should go straight through the House floor, ready for the president to sign. But they want to use some stupid nonsense like procedural unanimous consent. Motherfucker, shut up. You guys want to use stupid procedures for this, but you guys haven't stopped anything that Doge pulled up. All that stuff Doge was out there outing, y'all didn't stop a damn thing. It's still rolling. It's still rolling. And at the same time, they're going to sit here and push the National Defense Authorization Act of 2027, and they're trying to slip in the special merging of Israel's military and the United States military. I keep bringing it up, and you guys are probably tired of me talking about it, but at the end of the day, I don't care. You need to hear it. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear before I tell you what you want to hear. If you don't like it, you're going to click on to another channel like you do anyway. So I don't know why y'all want to come for me in my comments, something like that, mad at me, like you're mad at somebody else that didn't write the damn bill. I didn't write the policy. I didn't write the bill, so you don't come at me on Facebook because of what I said. You don't come at me for what I said. You don't come after Candace for what she said. Come after Tucker for what he said. You don't have to like what they said. You don't have to like them. But don't be mad at them for spilling the tea when your team is the one that's making the rotten tea. It's not even conspiracy anymore. These are all documented things. That's the most fucked up part, is that these are documented things. These aren't some secret things. I pull up the damn bill for you guys. I can pull up the damn National Defense Authorization Act for you guys. You ain't gonna read it. You already said you weren't gonna read it. You guys will sit there and argue, well, what evidence do you have? And then we bring you the evidence. Here, I'll give you the PDF. And then you won't even take the time to read it. Goofy motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm calling you out too. Goofy motherfuckers. And again, if you don't like it, get on. I don't care. Goofy ass. They're trying to change they're trying to slip it in and change it from 224 to 219. I'm still paying attention to that shit too. It's currently still 224 of the national defense, but it hasn't been changed. They're trying to slip it in under 219 so that way people only look at 224 and then they say, no, we took out 224, and then 219 has the extra stuff in it. But now we're looking at 219 too, and it's gonna be in there. You goofy, but like we ain't gonna keep reading the bill. Anywhere that says Israel, it's gonna come into our mind. Period. Here, it's real easy. Instead of trying to slip it in a bill, just take them out. How about that? How about you take out support for Israel and implement support for our combat veterans? How about you do that? Rand Paul, Mr. Wicker, where you motherfuckers at? Yeah, I'm talking. Why don't y'all do that? I have an idea. While we're doing amendments for national defense, I would assume our veterans are a crucial part of our national motherfucking defense. But what do I know? They're only the most trained and skilled motherfucking lethal people in the country. But of course, 78 billion over 10 years is too much. But you got 300 billion to give to Gaza and Israel. Fuck off. You suit and tie, goofy looking motherfucker. Come see me and I'll show you the simple solution to how we can fix this. I'll break it down. I'll write a new bill for you. As a matter of fact, if you want to, I'll bring out the crayons and everything. You want some crayons? I got Crayola. We got, what's the other one? Crazy Arts. We're going to pull out the crayons and we're going to drop a whole new bill. So here's what we can do. We can put a red line through all the support that goes to our greatest ally, any support that goes to foreign aid. We can scratch all that out with a big red crayon. And then here's what we're going to do. With a big black Sharpie, we're going to write in extra aid for our veterans and highlight the Richard Starr Act. We can do that, but you goofy suit and tie looking motherfuckers want to look at like, nah. Because this is what it looks like right now, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what Congress currently looks like right now? I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you a picture of what Congress currently looks like so you don't think I'm playing. Look at that. Our Congress, again, ladies and gentlemen, Congress consists of U.S. representatives and senators. I need you guys to understand that. So when you hear congressman or congresswoman, that could be either a senator or it could be a U.S. representative. First and foremost, that's lesson number one. So you can identify who's who. Now, of that, we have two major parties. And of those two parties, we have Democrats and Republicans. I think you guys have noticed that so far. Okay? There are also some that are called independents or what's the other one? Libertarians or whatever. They find their seats in there. But at the end of the day, we have Democrats and Republicans. Now, right now, our Congress currently has 435 occupied seats. There are 2 vacant seats, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys are aware. I don't know what states those belong to, but there are 2 vacant seats. There's 437 positions. Those are the people that hold the power to the U.S. laws in the United States. That's it right there. 435 people vote on your laws for the federal side, okay? Now, last I checked, 58 to 60,000 veterans make up a lot more than 435 people, but what do I know? Okay? What do I know? But here's the thing. You wonder why there's so much aid and support going to our greatest ally? Because AIPAC has donated directly to those members right there. And I broke look, it's broken down by color for you guys to see. AIPAC. Well, we know for a fact that that organization works directly on behalf of our greatest ally. So here's what's interesting. $300 billion going towards this project for the restoration and the fix the war and all this. That's okay. These members are okay with that. But they can't even go to the floor and vote for $78 billion for our veterans. That's insane. They won't even let it, but they have the audacity to try to push this $300 billion through. That's the truth. So the blue represents the 84 seats of Democrats that do not take any money from AIPAC. They are not persuaded by our greatest ally. There are 18 Republicans that have not taken any aid or money from AIPAC, from our greatest ally. 18, according to this chart. That means out of the 435 seats that we currently have in Congress, 331 of those seats are influenced by AIPAC and our greatest ally. Now, you guys run the numbers. You can do it yourself. But that is awfully weird. So you wonder why our senators and our U.S. representatives are acting the way that they're acting and giving so much support like Tom Cotton is doing? Senator Tom Cotton? These are the people that are making these decisions. So now that I've broken down how a bill works, how the process is, and you guys see how easy it is to get to the floor, maybe you guys will pay attention to people like Tom Cotton, who puts up information and is proposing a bill. Okay? Now, this is why this is so fucked up. Because they have all of the influence and the power. I just showed you that. they will slip in sections of a bill that directly goes to funding and authorizing things that we need, like U.S. intelligence. Okay? So there's another bill going around. This is the Intelligence Authorization Bill. Intelligence Authorization Bill. Okay? Section 622 of the Intelligence Authorization Bill, listen to me, would make it illegal for U.S. intelligence agencies to suspend sharing intelligence with our greatest ally. And this is being pushed by your Senator Tom Cotton. I'm not saying this to pick on these people. I'm saying this because they have the audacity to sit there and propose stuff like this and then tell me that they support veterans, but they don't want to add to the deficit. But would make it illegal for us to share our intelligence or to suspend sharing our intelligence to our greatest ally, meanwhile trying to merge our military with them so we can continue giving them more resources, more money with less oversight. That is the truth. Tom Cotton, ladies and gentlemen, U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, Section 622 of the U.S. Intelligence Authorization Bill. Look it up. Download the bill, go to Section 622, and look at what he's trying to do. Look at it. Research it yourself, because it's a damn shame that they will take that and try to get votes on that, but will sit there and not even let it go to the floor. They won't even allow it go to the floor from the veteran side because of some stupid procedural thing that they want to play, because the veterans do not matter to them, but their greatest ally matters more to them than any of our U.S. veterans. And it's a shame. It is a damn shame. It is a damn shame. And I downloaded the bill. I didn't even talk to you guys about the National Defense Authorization Bill. I didn't even go into that. What? Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. The National Defense Authorization Bill. Okay? If you guys have not looked into this thing, you need to. And you need to do it soon. Because I'm going to pull it up. I'm just going to pull it up because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of acting like this isn't real. This is the bill. The National Defense Authorization Act of 2027. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit Control F. And we're going to go to Section 224. This section would provide additional transfer authority to enhance efforts to modernize the land-based intercontinental ballistic missile force. Additionally, this section would also authorize certain procurements related to the land-based intercontinental ballistic missile force and amend Section 224A of Title 10 of the United States Code to increase the threshold of permitted modifications for strategic delivery systems. Oh, hell no. Modifications, Section 224 Alpha. Oh, hell to the no. These motherfuckers. Well, there it is right there. Section 224 of the United States Israel Defense Technology Corporation Initiative. The United States Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiative. Wow. This section would require the Secretary of Defense to designate an executive agent responsible for synchronizing cooperative efforts between the United States and Israel, including bilateral defense technology research, development, testing, evaluation, integration, and industrial cooperation. Would require, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be blind money going to those programs and support. Our money. There's no reason at all. Becca, that's exactly what Becca says. She said there's no reason at all that we should be required to be giving that amount of funding or anything to any foreign country. But this is so specific. Why is it that they only write in this specific country? But we're going to keep going. Line 1, Section 1, or Section 224 logged. Right here, United States-Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiative. Right there. The Secretary of Defense shall designate an executive agent, as such term is defined in the Department of Defense Directive 5101.01 relating to DoD Executive Agent issued February 7, 2022, responsible for synchronizing cooperative efforts between the United States and Israel to expand and accelerate bilateral defense technology research, development, testing, evaluation, integration, and industrial cooperation by identifying jointly developed or Israeli origin technologies with operational utility for potential integration into... Whoa, wait a minute! I didn't even see this part before. Wait a minute. Identifying jointly developed or Israeli origin technologies with operational utility for potential in integration into United States systems and programs of record. What? Why are we giving them that information? This bill would make this a requirement. This bill would make that a requirement to give them this information. Oh, it gets worse. This bill would ensure collaborative research initiative involving government, private sector, and academic institutions in the United States and Israel is done in a manner that protects sensitive technology and information and the national security interests of the United States and Israel. Wait a minute now. So is this a merger? Are we are we one merger, one country now? What is this? Oh wait, you guys didn't look into this bill, because it also goes into facilitating the transition of these technologies from research and development into procurement and acquisition pathways. So if you don't know what that means, first and foremost, the research and development side means private contractors like Boeing, Raytheon, and all these other companies that work with Israel. They get to work on these top secret and secret projects to implement biotech technologies and things like that. Okay, and it's going to be done so under top secret, so America and none of us that don't have a need to know or are read onto that program will have any idea. You won't. I know this because I work on the... Never mind. What you need to understand is it's currently being done already. These are adding to it, making this a requirement, ladies and gentlemen. It establishes the framework for joint ventures licensing agreements, and they're already calling it this, the United States United States-based co-production or manufacturing partnerships with the Israeli industry. I can't believe this. They're investing every single last bit, and they're doing this under the National Defense Authorization Act. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you need to understand is if this gets pushed through, it would make it a legal requirement for us to blindly support and give this to Israel's military defense and all that bullcrap that I just read you. It makes it a requirement, but it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Because we also now have to be coordinating with relevant Department of Defense components, including Irregular Warfare Technical Support Directive. What the hell is Irregular Warfare Technical Support? Capability Development and Innovation Divisions under the Secretary of Defense for Research and Engineering. So all of this goes through the Secretary of Defense, who, if you guys don't understand. The United States-Israel Operations Technology Working Group, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, Missile Defense Agency, the United States Space Command, that's the U.S. Space Force, ladies and gentlemen, and the military departments, and other Department of Defense entities as appropriate to align efforts and avoid duplication. So here's what you guys have to understand with this. I'm going to break it down to you guys a little further. This right here. To align efforts and avoid duplication and promoting joint training exercise and information sharing mechanisms to enhance operational readiness to deploy jointly developed technologies. Let me explain what that means, because I know you guys have no idea what that means. Okay? I'm going to break this down. What the hell? I'm going to break that down for you guys real simple, okay? If you guys have never heard of the F-35, the airplane, the F-35, the most advanced, coolest plane that we have, right? The F-35A is what it's called here in the United States, okay? Most advanced technology, encrypted technology, the best of the best. If our greatest ally or any other foreign country wanted a duplicate of the F-35, we would sell them a duplicate, but the technology would be a different version. The reason, and most important reason for that, is national defense for the United States of America. Now, what do I mean by that? Why am I saying it like that? What do I mean by that? What I mean is, if we were to sell any foreign country the exact copy, the exact same data that we currently use, and it got lost, blown up, stolen, now that other country has the exact data and schematics to what we do. So when we sell it to another country, we give them a different version. It's still good, but it's not going to be as good as ours. What this bill would do would make it illegal for us to give them a downgraded version, and they would have the exact specs to what we have and use. So if we built another F-35 and gave them, it would be a requirement for us to give them the specific one that we use. And then if they broke it, lost it, it got stolen, and China took it, now China would have access to the exact specific version that we have, even though we didn't give it to them. Do you understand how that works? Now you guys should be fired up. Now you should be heated up and understand why this is such a bad bill. Why you need to get involved. But of course, you're going to think I'm the loony lunatic who's thinking I'm just anti-Semitic for looking into this. We're not even down through the whole section yet. Because I'm going to show you what exactly it is that they're looking into. Counter unmanned systems, including aerial, maritime, and ground platforms. They're looking for unmanned ground platforms to kill people. anti-tunneling and subterranean threats, missile and air defense technologies, artificial intelligence, quantum, machine learning, and autonomous systems. So any of that technology that we would have, we would be required to give them the exact same version according to this bill. No other country in the world, but just the U.S. and Israel would have access to that. No, absolutely not. All of our information. I can't believe you guys aren't fired up with this. I can't believe it. Directed energy and advanced sensing, cyber defense, electronic warfare, and digital resilience, biotechnology, biomanufacturing, and medical defense. Nah, you guys think I'm just making this up? I'm back. I'm right here in the bill. I'm in the bill still. I'm still in the bill. I'm still in the bill. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm still in the bill so you can see it. I'm in the bill. We right here in the bill. Can you see it? We right here in the bill. Can you see it? We in the bill. We on page 42 of the bill. I'm going to break it down for you. Biotechnology, biomanufacturing, and medical defense. What the hell? Network integration, data fusion. That's what I was talking about. All of that data. They want to fuse all of the data and contest. Oh my God. Defense industrial base cooperation, manufacturing, and co-production. So now we have to go rebuild all their new defense bases. It would be a requirement for us to have to rebuild it. Other emerging technologies as jointly agreed by the United States and Israel. Wow. This is insane. Yeah, why is Israel trying to be on a pedestal here? I mean, they put them on a pedestal. Look at how in depth they are with this. I see more for Israel than I do for the United States. Why are we being so transparent with Israel? Like, they're making it seem like we are obligated to give them all of our information. That's what this bill reads. This is the United States 2027 National Defense Authorization Act, and they have more information under Section 224 for a foreign nation than goes to our goddamn veterans right here under the Richard Starr Act. And you guys wonder why I get mad. I'm tired of this. I'm sick and tired of it. Damn, that bill pisses me off. Tom Cotton, you and your bullshit bill too. The media doesn't talk about it. If you guys are watching the mainstream media, you're being misinformed. If you don't watch the mainstream media, you're being uninformed. So what do? You find out what is actually happening and research it yourself. That's the media game. Quit listening to these suit and ties on TV because they're lying to you. They are lying to you. If they're not telling you to research the bill, if they're not telling you how to comment on the bill, how to get in touch on the bill, they're lying to you. Period. Everything they're saying is lies. And at the end of the day, they took Charlie from us. They took Charlie Kirk from us, ladies and gentlemen. He was willing to have conversation, debate, go through the proof, the burden of proof. Charlie Kirk says a free society requires conversation. A free society requires disagreement. A free society requires debate. But you guys aren't even willing to do any of that because the big I is mentioned and you guys duck your heads. That's not the America I fought, bled, got blown up for, and come back to this bullcrap while veterans are getting cast aside, but they're going to push this bill through. It makes me sick. So, ladies and gentlemen, stop arguing with your neighbors. Look into the bills. I showed you the information. Do better. Do something. Y'all make me sick. Tom Cotton. Rand Paul. Who's that other motherfucker? Roger Wilkin, whatever the fuck his name was. Where's he at? Y'all figure out who the hell they is when I say they took Charlie Forrest from us. Y'all know it was evil, period. I don't care if it's one side, one country. It was evil that took Charlie from us, and we have to deal with it. And y'all sitting here being fucking tiptoeing around because the big I said so. Come here, BB. I gotta talk to you. I'm gonna come for you next, BB. Rand Paul, Roger Wicker, Ron Johnson, Tom Cotton.